Hello, this week's video is a follow-up to last week's Could Blood Sugar Swings Be Fueling Your Inflammation? I wanted to give a little bit more of an explanation about blood sugar, also known as glucose, and insulin. So let's break it down a little further. So blood sugar, also known as blood glucose, and insulin, I like to think of it as two guests, one party. So last week we talked about blood sugar swings. And how they could possibly be fueling your inflammation. Today I want to clarify these two terms. They're often used together, but as I'm sure you probably know, they're not the same thing. They each have different roles in the body. So here's a quick analogy. Think of your body as the party. Glucose is the VIP guest arriving with energy, while insulin is the VIP guide helping that guest get to where it needs to go. They often show up together, but they have very different roles. Glucose provides energy, while insulin helps direct that energy into the body's cells. So what is glucose? Also known as blood glucose or blood sugar, and it ends up in our bloodstreams. And this is our main source of energy, especially if we're eating the standard American diet, also called the SAD diet, which I'm going to talk about more later. But it comes primarily from carbohydrates and the digestion and breakdown of carbohydrates in our bodies. So glucose, remember, is the VIP guest arriving at the party, and it's simply sugar circulating in your bloodstream. After you eat foods containing carbohydrates, glucose rises in the blood, and your cells can use glucose for energy or storage, and it is a quick fuel source. If you think about building a campfire and throwing in some birch bark or pine needles, they burn up really quick, and that's how you can think of glucose. So the other VIP guide is insulin. uh, that we talked about. So insulin is a hormone made by the pancreas. It's secreted by the pancreas from the beta cells every time we eat. And if insulin in the pancreas is functioning properly, insulin helps move glucose into cells so it can be used as energy, and it keeps blood sugar from staying too high. So when we eat, the blood glucose rises in our bloodstreams, and insulin helps clear it out and get it where it needs to go. So it's the guide that gets the glucose, which is the guest, where it needs to be, out of the bloodstream and into the body cells where it can be used or stored. So there was a quick overview of glucose and insulin. We can get into more detail later, but I'll save that for future videos. But let's look at why it matters after 50. Insulin resistance becomes more common as we age, and blood sugar regulation can become more difficult, which causes inflammation. So nutrition and lifestyle matter. We do have to make adjustments as we get older. So as we age, some people become less responsive to insulin, a condition known as insulin resistance. Now, this does not happen to everyone. There are some lucky people out there with really great genetics. So the body may produce more and more insulin to accomplish the same job. Understanding the difference between glucose and insulin can help you better understand weight gain, energy fluctuations, and metabolic health after 50. And it's true, some people are just more fortunate with their genetic makeup, and this doesn't happen. So what can we do about it? There are some strategies we can implement to avoid this or slow down the progression of this. So definitely avoid grazing, constant snacking, build meals around protein, eat protein, healthy fats or vegetables first. And I'll talk a little bit about that. Choose fewer ultra processed foods and sugary drinks and give your body breaks between meals. Remember, every time you eat or drink something with calories in it, you're going to trigger insulin, and you cannot lose weight or burn fat in the presence of insulin. So the good news is that there are some simple things we can do to support healthy insulin function. First, try to avoid grazing or snacking all day. Every time we eat, our body releases insulin. That's a normal process, but when insulin is constantly being released from frequent eating, the body can become less responsive over time. Second, make protein the foundation of your meals. Protein helps with fullness and tends to have a smaller impact on blood sugar than highly processed carbohydrates. And this goes along with the next one, which is a helpful strategy is food sequencing. Try eating protein, your fat, or even a salad or your low carb veggies first before you eat starchy foods. This can help slow the rise in blood sugar after a meal. It's very stabilizing to eat those foods first. Carbohydrates last, basically, in a nutshell. It also helps to reduce ultra processed foods and sugary beverages, which can spike your glucose and insulin. So it's always good as we get older to kind of avoid drinks with sugar in them. And finally, allow some time between meals. It goes back to that not snacking between meals, intermittent fasting, however you want to word that. But giving your body a break from eating means giving insulin a break as well. You want that to clear out of out of your system. And these are simple starting points, and we'll explore some of these strategies in more detail in future videos. So thanks again for stopping by. I hope that was helpful. If you have any comments or questions, please leave them below. I do try to put a video out each by the weekend. So please like and subscribe if you want more content like this. And also for future study, check out Dr. Jason Fung's book, The Diabetes Code. He's also written a few other books as well, but you can find him on YouTube. He's very informative. Thank you again.